My name is Maria Coriel Martin, and I'm the founder of Art Toolkit. Today, we're excited to help demystify warm and cool colors. So, you're probably already familiar with thinking about your yellows and reds as your warm colors, and blues, also greens, as cool. But we'd like to show you how within each primary color, like your yellows, reds, and blues, your hues can lean more cool or warm within each one. So we've chosen a set here today of Daniel Smith pigments. We've got Hansa Yellow Light and New Gamboge, Pyrrole Scarlet, and Quinacridone Rose, and ultramarine blue and cobalt teal blue. So first I'm going to go ahead and swatch each of these colors to help show you how they compare to each other. And then next I'll lay them out on a color wheel so you can see how they mix and relate. Let's get started with Hansa Yellow Light. This is a nice lemony yellow. It's a cool yellow. In comparison, we have New Gamboge. And New Gamboge is much more orangey, leans more red. And I'll show you this on the color wheel and make it easier to see, but you can compare the two of those. Next, let's look at the reds we've selected. So we've got Quinacridone Rose, and this is a nice rosy red. And then we can compare that to Pyrrole Scarlet, which is more of an orangey red. And finally, we'll look at our blues. First, we've got cobalt teal blue that veers more to a greenish blue, a cooler blue. And then in comparison, ultramarine is a little more purplish, this beautiful, more royal blue. Looking at these on a color wheel, I often like to start yellow on the top, and I've lightly sketched in just a little circle here. But I'll do my lemony yellow on one side, and next, my orangey yellow. And then the wonderful thing that happens with warms and cools of each primary color is seeing what happens as you mix them together. And the result is often a nice medium yellow. Now I've got quite a bit of water here, so this is going to be more of a loose mix. I'm going to leave a little bit of my gamboge here because I want to mix it with my next color. So I'm just going around yellow and thinking about the rainbow. So next comes more orange and then red. So I've got my nice orangey red, Pyrrole Scarlet, mixing a little bit of that. And let's blend that with New Gamboge just to let those blend together. Get some nice oranges. Coming around to my next primary red, I've got Quinacridone Rose. As this mixes with Pyrrole Scarlet, I get a nice, more pure red with the combination of those two. So I'll bring Quin Rose down to mix next with my blues. Going around the color wheel, I want to use the blue that's appropriate, and that's going to be my blue that's a little bit more of the purplish blue. So that's my ultramarine. So I'll get a little dab of this, and then I'll watch what happens as it mixes. And there's that nice purple. You can always add a little bit more if it feels a little weak. There we go. Keep a little water here so they mix. And I'm going to do my cool blue. And I'm using one of my favorite blues for this cool blue, cobalt teal blue. However, it is a little bit more opaque, which means it's going to create some nice patterns. And if you want a blue that might mix a little more purely, the transparent phthalo blue is a good one. But color is so personal. It's all about what you like. And I really like a little cobalt teal blue. And you can see where it combines with ultramarine, we get more of a middle blue. And then finally, let's bring some of our cool yellow down and mix it with cobalt teal blue. And there's a good green. So here's an example of the color wheel. And again, we're just reviewing this concept. You can see that we've got our warm colors, the colors that are traditionally thought of as hot, from yellows, oranges, and reds. And then opposite them, we've got our traditional cools, these greens, blues, and a little bit of these purples. However, within each one, they lean a little bit one direction, cool, or the other, warm. Our lemonier yellows are cool, orangey yellows, warm. Over here with the reds, we've got these reds that are more purple, veer towards blue, those are cool, and these reds that are more orangey, and those are warm. And then with the blues, we've got these greener blues, there are cool blues, and more purplish blues, which are warm. As you're aware of having a warm and cool of each primary color in your palette, you can work with a fairly limited palette. This is just 6 colors. You may want to add in additional colors for extra fun and convenience, but as you build your palette, remember that everyone's preferences are different. A palette can be a portrait of an artist, as different colors really appeal to us in different ways. So here's a little example I thought I'd show of a palette we recently built for Art Toolkit, Getting to Know Your Palette, a video. And within this, you can see we've got our 3 primary colors here. We have Hansa Yellow Medium, Quinacridone Rose, and Cobalt Blue. Then for each of these primaries, we have another set of primary colors. We have Raw Sienna, Perylene Red, and Cobalt Teal Blue to expand our mixing possibilities. And then along the side, there's some of our favorite convenience colors, green gold, buff titanium, and neutral tint. We hope this demonstration helps give you a map for building your own palette. And once you've picked your paints, our video Getting to Know Your Palette will show you how to fill your pans, how to label them, and how to do a little swatch to really explore the colors and see how to use them. We love seeing what you create. Keep in touch and happy painting.